Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to all my subscribers and all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few new subscribers this week, which is wonderful. Welcome to anybody who's just joining me for the first time. I want to show you today the pink journal that I've been making over the past weeks or so, and I'll put some links below as to how I actually made and assembled this. It's made out of fabric with paper interior, and it's fabrics that I dyed using beetroot, some vintage jewellery, a vintage bottle, altered key, some beautiful pearl dangle there. We've got a book corner, another vintage brooch, glass key, a glass button, and this is a handkerchief, vintage handkerchief, and there's some slow stitch on there. She is very chunky, as you can see, and I'll show you through. It is a asymmetrical journal. The cover is asymmetrical, however it is more symmetrical on the inside. There's one of the dangles that I made from the vintage flowers. So let's open up. You can see it really is a chunky monkey. Right, let me check I'm in frame, because I've already just done this video, checked I was in frame, filmed the whole video, and then realised I wasn't in frame, so I am now. So at the beginning here, we have got a pocket. We've got two pockets. So there's one here at the back, and in there is this little vellum file that I made with some vintage paper out of a children's book. That's in there. We have got this little tag that I made with journaling space on the back, and that goes inside this pocket, the vintage handkerchief. And then I thought this was really pretty and went nicely. This little butterfly, Tim Holtz butterfly. Every paper clip I've used has got the sari silk on the tied onto it. So here is a vellum page. So it's one signature, measures approximately 6 by 5. One signature, very chunky, very pretty, very shabby chic. So we've got vellum. Here we go on to this beautiful print, which has been watercoloured, fairy wings added. And in here, this little wallet that opens up, and there is a little journaling card, mixed media journaling card, that's in there. Which then we have got, that's just lifted there. Just let me glue that down before I forget. That shouldn't have happened, should it? At least it's I've seen it now and not after it's gone out, because this is going into my Etsy. Just put a bit of glue. Glue doesn't want to come out. Put some glue down there. Right, so this page is the Angelina fibres that I gave a demonstration on how to create fabric from Angelina fibres. That's there. And here we've got a pocket that I made from I did show you this as well. This pocket is made from a coffee filter. So in the front we've got a little tuck where I put these tickets, a little journaling card. The tickets are vintage ones from Liverpool, home of the Beatles. You never know, they might have been on that very bus. There's an antique Victorian calling card, which fits in this part of the pocket. And then at the back is, it's a weight card actually from somebody having their car weighed. There is quite a bit of actual vintage ephemera in, and I have tried to keep the red and white theme going, to try and keep it all as sort of pink as I possibly can. Just let me press that down. Right, the next page we have got another little clip, and here is keeping that pinky theme, a telegram for a wedding, and it's from 1985, that one, and an envelope, and in the envelope are 2 little journaling cards. This is a little handmade decorated envelope with a fabric little love says there, and it's on some embossed paper. There's a lot of writing space, a lot of little pockets and things as we go along that you'll see. I went through an envelope phase as well, so there's quite a few envelopes dotted around. We've got fabric and not fabric, lace and trim edges. Here we've got a top pocket, and in there is one of these, you can see the diamond dust glittering, those little Shabby Chic journaling cards that I made. There are videos on most of these things, so I'll link them down at the bottom. Just let me pull that up, I think it doesn't bend. There we go. We've got a fabric envelope here. Well, it's not fabric, it's handmade paper. It feels like fabric. And inside is this original Valentine's card, which is unused, and I've left it inside a protective sleeve there. I think it's from the 1930s. My heart's been troubling me of late. I know it's getting worse. No medicine can cure me, but I need you for my nurse. Although this wasn't meant as a wedding journal or a Valentine journal, it was just a pink journal. There is quite a lot of sort of wedding and love related things in, as you'll see as we go along. So a blank page. Here's there's a little letter there, an original letter from 1935. I'm not going to read that out, that'll be for whoever buys this. And another little Victorian or Edwardian calling card there. Just some dyed muslin. Here we've got a snippet roll, some vintage jewellery, and a Suffolk puff, one of these shaker envelopes, and in there is some airmail paper that I've printed some flowers on. This side we have got a fabric pocket which says love on it, and there is a little notebook. Be a great wedding journal, this. If you're thinking on getting married, this would be great for all your guests to sign this for you. So the book continues. This is really, really old lace. I think it is antique as opposed to vintage. It's very, very delicate. So I've just pinned a swatch of that onto one of these fabric pages. Here we have a journaling card with the rose and some threads. There we go. Just onto there. More pages. We've got a little pocket here. Well, not a pocket, like a little folder, and in it is an envelope with a couple more of those journaling cards. So as you can see, there's quite a bit in here. Continue on. Got another pocket here made from side pocket made from snippet roll. It's got vintage beads on, a vintage, sorry, not vintage beads, vintage button, and a button at the top, which is 1/4 of a FL. I don't know what an FL is. Is it a florin? I don't know. I'm shaking it, I don't know why. I think it's because the other one was a shaker envelope. This one isn't a shaker envelope. It's wax sealed at the back, and there'll be journaling space in there. Here's the middle of the book, and it's got another little love heart dangle there. Here is a tag, a homemade tag, and in the front of the tag is a little tuck with a couple of little journaling tickets, cards in there. And in here, this little wallet is a vintage, it is very, very delicate, as you can see, but it's a crumb cake recipe written in red that somebody's jotted down. It says, "So sorry I've kept this for so long." It is Elizabeth's. So it must be Elizabeth's family recipe there. That's in there. Just click that back. On the next page is journaling space. We've got another one of those pockets here made out of the tea bag coffee filter. So at the back there we have got a wedding picture, and that is a copy of a picture of my grandma and granddad, which would have been early 1930s. It says "Kiss Me" above there. We have got a little envelope with a lovely little tag, rose tag inside. That just sits in there. And just one of those little tickets from the Beatles just tucked in the front. There's some more vintage, is it tatting, that one? There's more there. And here we've got a side tuck with, it's another wedding picture. This again looks from the 1930s, but it's a Tim Holtz paper dolls with a piece of jewellery on the front there. That's tucked in there. Some of the muslin. More pages with the trims. There's the flower dangle. More muslin. And here we've got some seam binding that opens up. Again, beetroot stained, with 1, 2, 3 envelopes. There's a little tuck spot there, journaling card. In this envelope is some pink paper that it is old paper. It's just got some writing on, as though somebody's jotted some measurements on it. There is a pocket here with a tag with a dog and a little boy, Tim Holtz there. That's in that envelope. So these envelopes have all been stacked together. And on this envelope, this is a hand-dyed envelope. There's just a little embellishment, and in the envelope are some of these stamps. These used to be what you got many years ago from the supermarkets and things to so you could get rewards, the original reward cards. And that just ties up there. I like all the little tucks and things in this journal. And we move on. We've got another pocket here, the other side of the envelope, with a journaling card. Again, it's one of the Pussycats. I love those Pussycat cards. And then another little tiny envelope with a little, not an envelope, a little journaling space with a little ticket in there. A little, I can't remember, I don't think it does open that. Shall I see? Yes, it does open, but there's nothing inside it. Little tiny, tiny envelope. And on the back of that is, this is from Venezia, and it would have held postcards. 12 postcards would have been in there. But I thought it was a great piece of, somebody's written on it. It was a great piece of journaling space, bit of history and a bit of journaling space. We've got another pocket here from a snippet roll, fabric snippet roll, with a little tiny pair of scissors there. So we've got a journaling space, we've got a vintage glassine bag, and then in there we've got 3. We've got a little ticket, we've got a little tag, and we've got a little journaling card. And that's a little vintage glassine bag that they fit into. We'll carry on. We've got another, the top tuck spot here, and this has got a vintage postcard in, little girl and some flowers. Would be a great wedding journal, this. I hadn't even thought of it as a wedding journal, but actually it could be used as that. Here at the back we've got a tuck spot again from the fabric snippet roll with some rusted pins and a vintage button and journaling space on there. We've got a tag, not a tag, another little journaling card, but here we have got two little tags in that little vintage glassine bag. And then I think we're at the back. Oh no, we've got the other side of the Angelina. Then at the back it's stamped handmade by me. And we've got another of the Pussycat journaling spots. There's the pussycats there on the hiding under the flowers. And just a little tag bookmark. And there in that back pocket. So let's just open this up and put it flat so you can actually see the fabric of the book. You can see the asymmetrical look. This is all beetroot dyed papers. I'll put a link as to how I made this. So yeah, that's it. So I'm Sharon and this is Be Divine Vintage. I'm Be Divine Vintage and this is my pink journal. All the links will be below and this will be for sale in my Etsy shop. So thank you. Bye bye.